Hey guys, I'm outside. I'm with my dog. I just wanted to show you guys really quick how I make that coffee latte I was telling you about. This is my second cup of coffee for the day. I know that's terrible. I was already drinking this amount of coffee before, so I haven't like increased the amount of coffee that I'm drinking or anything. I know some people are going to be like, oh, you're on prep, like drinking coffee so that it restricts your appetite. That's not what I'm doing. I'm drinking coffee because I like it. I have started adding whey protein to my coffee as I've upped my protein intake on prep. This time I used a half a scoop because I accidentally used a scoop and a half before. I didn't have the scooper in the other one, and I weighed it out wrong. So I put a scoop and a half in my morning coffee. I use this raspberry chocolate truffle coffee pod in my Keurig with this natural vanilla Waybolic Extreme, and I cooled the coffee off first, otherwise it's gonna curdle. I like this Waybolic Extreme because it dissolves really well. It dissolves really fast. I don't need to use a shaker bottle or anything other than a spoon. It dissolves perfectly fine with a spoon. You stir it up. And I also put one, I don't have one out here, but one monk fruit in the raw packet that has a half a gram of carbs in it. And there's a half scoop of this. So that's like, I believe 1 gram of carbs, and then, half a gram of carbs. It doesn't add really anything to my day. And 10 grams of protein. That still leaves me plenty. It leaves me like 100 grams of protein for the rest of the day. Hey guys, I'm back. I'm making my 4th meal. It's the 5th thing I'm consuming. I wouldn't really count my coffee shake as a meal, not that one. I counted the first one as a meal. The second one, I just tracked it into the meal I had like an hour and a half before, because it was only 10 grams of protein, so I'm not going to call it that. So this is meal 4. I have 100 grams of protein, I think like 14 grams of carbs left, and like 36 grams of fat. I'm going to be having basically the same meal that I had, I don't know why I'm holding this already, the same meal I had this morning, which was, which I had filmed and then I didn't like the video. No particular reason to have the exact same meal other than that it fits. It's an easy meal to make. Before, this morning, I had spinach and red onion chicken sausage. Now I'm going to open up this new package of sweet Italian chicken sausage. The same brand. It's Thin and Trim is the brand. I get that it's Stop and Shop, and this is the Stop and Shop brand egg whites that doesn't have a cap on it for some reason. No. 1 whole cup. Earlier I did have with my breakfast a scoop and a half of the whey in my coffee that had a lot of protein, so I had a 3/4 of a cup of egg whites. So now I'm going to have an entire cup of egg whites, 1 chicken sausage with that. That'll add 12 grams of protein. These have 12 grams of protein, 0 grams of carbs, and 2.5 grams of fat. The other ones have 2.5 grams of fat, 1 gram of carbs, and 10 grams of protein. They're barely any different. I use them interchangeably all the time. So I got me a chicken sausage. I'm not going to put anything in the pan yet. I will use butter, or you could use coconut oil or any oil of your choice if you're making this. I use a teaspoon. I will be having some cheese with it, so I don't need to go crazy on the added fats. And this also has a little bit of fat in it, this sausage, but not much. I slice up the sausage roughly. I throw that in the pan. And I let that heat up and get a little bit of color on it before I'll add a teaspoon of the grass-fed butter and then a cup of the egg whites. Okay, so that gives me 43 grams of protein, 0 grams of carbs actually in this meal because there isn't even 1 gram in the sausage like the other one, and 14.1 grams of fat. That's a 300 calorie meal. Feel good about that. That fits in pretty well. That gives me 58 grams of protein, 14 grams of carbs, and 22 grams of fat for the rest of the day. Whether or not I fulfill those carbs is irrelevant, but I will make sure that I hit protein and fat today, and tomorrow I'll make sure that I hit my carbs on my 70 grams of carbs day, and then the day after that is a high carb day. So when I will be eating back the difference from those 2 days. Well, really from all of my low carb days. and medium carb days throughout the week, divided evenly between my two high carb days is how I will be handling that. You don't want to keep it too high. I'm starting to like brown my eggs. I just want to make sure they're cooked in the middle, but not overcooked on either side. I think they're good. I think I'm ready to eat now. So I'm going to throw this on a plate. I hope this helped you. Again, this is a 300 calorie meal, about 14 grams of fat, 0 grams of carbs, 14 grams of fat, 0 grams of carbs, and 43 grams of protein. And just so you can see it all on the plate, this is like a really decent serving of egg whites. You know, there's some people that are going to be looking at this and they're just like, wow, that is not what I want to eat. And I should have put some pepper in there. Oh, no. And they're like, okay, that's gross. That's like a giant plate of egg whites. But, you know, I'm looking at it thinking like this is, you know, a high volume meal that isn't high in calories, even though it's high in fat and is fitting my macros, and I think it tastes good. I add seasoning again, you know, and I add the sausage to it, so it's not just like a lump of plain egg whites on my plate, and this is perfectly appropriate. I'm eating these meals and losing weight, so you too can eat these meals and lose weight if they fit your macros, and you should be able to make them fit your macros, you know, by planning around things. And in most cases you'll probably be eating, you know, maybe eat like instead of a whole cup, maybe eat like, if you're not doing like low carb, you're just trying to lose weight, you know, normal, eat healthy, you're not really tracking, you maybe want to have a half cup or 3/4 of a cup of egg whites with your sausage, and then add a healthy carb on the side with that. But I'm not going to be doing that. I'm just having this right now. So yes, see you later. All right, so I'm here at my desk. I got this classy chicken of the sea pink salmon and 1 ounce of salted roasted cashews that I had weighed out before. That does have 8 grams of carbs in it, but that still leaves me with enough carbs that if I want, I can have vegetables with my last meal of the day. It has like 5 grams of protein, and then this focus. It has 0 grams of carbs, 13 grams of protein, and 2 grams of fat. So I think I have something like 40-something grams of protein, left like 6 grams of carbs, so I can have vegetables if I want, and then enough fat that I can cook whatever lean source of protein that I'm having. I won't be having another fatty source of protein like my beef from before. I'll be having a lean source of protein with a moderate amount of fat and carbs if I desire. But right now I'm going to have this. I'm going to put a little bit of this McCormick Asian Perfect Pinch seasoning on it. I'm not going to be adding any fat because I am having the fat from these. So okay, so I ended up doing a really basic meal for my last meal. It's just 2 of the Italian chicken sausages. I thought I was going to have, I have turkey breast in there I'm going to eat tomorrow. I thought I was going to come home and make like some turkey breast and have that with some vegetables, and you know, whatever fat I used to cook it would be good for my little bit of fat. I needed 40 grams of protein. I could have up to 6 grams of carbs, and needed about 6 or 7 grams of fat. So this has 5 grams of fat in the 2 sausages, 1 gram of fat in the cottage cheese, 5 grams of fat in the cottage cheese, and then the whole thing has 40 grams of protein. So that brings me within 1 gram of protein and fat for the day, and 1 or 2 grams under for carbohydrates. So that is perfect. That's a low carb day. That's I'd take a bite. About 1550 calories at the end of the day. But again, my daily average is 1850, not that low. This is the lowest. It'll go during the week, and then on high carb days, I'll probably be eating more. I'm probably eating over 2100. Whatever will average. I can't do math in my head, especially not late at night. What the hell is this? But anyway, yeah, so that's what I'm going to do. I'm going to finish with this meal and start to relax for the evening. And tomorrow I will start again showing you what I'm going to be eating what I'm going to be doing. And tomorrow I'll be training. I'll be doing cardio and lifting. And it's a medium carb day, so I'll be eating more carbs. And so it'll be a different day with more calories and different meal options. So I'll see you then.